All right, man. Let's talk real quick, man. Dark vision. Let's talk about once again we're gonna talk about the vetting process and how you save money and date. You see a lot of guys who, I'm gonna try to keep this quick and compact, who go out on dates and they say, I'm tired of losing money on dates. I'm tired of, wasting my time on dates, man. Right? I remember, Migs was saying, hey man, nobody taught me how to date. Like a lot of times your mother introduces you how to date. You know what I'm saying? Or you open the door for a woman. You always face the door. You talk, this is how you talk to her. And then just little basic things how to date. But pretty much dating is just, you got to get in it to experience it. Even if you can take a lot of advice from people on the internet, but you got to be in it to understand it, right? It's be like, why dudes don't be pulling out? Something like, somebody might ask that, like, why dudes don't pull out, right? Or why did you nut in her? But, you got to be there to do it. Sometimes you be hitting a girl and she be like, come at me, not at me. You know what I'm saying? And she pulling you in and feel good. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's how it be sometimes. But until you in it and you did it before, you don't, you just think it's so simple, like that Wu-Tang song. And it be so simple. But this is where you can save a lot of time, man, bro. I'm gonna show y'all how to save a lot of time. All right? You talk to a girl, you bag her, whatever you bag her at, in person, on app, whatever you bag her, you must text, and then you must get on the horn with her. Sometimes if you got to FaceTime with her too, right? Especially if you met her for app, get on the horn with her. You like text her, ask the basic questions. You don't really ask if she got a nigga. Don't ever ask that. I make that mistake before. You don't ask no tell, right? But yeah, because you're gonna be able to tell how she moving regardless, right? You get back and forth, what's your name? Where you from? Where you went to school at? You did this, that, and the third, what you know, that type of stuff. But then, when you get that number, you get the social, you go through the social media, look at the, she still got niggas on her social media, baby daddy, past boyfriends, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if she got prison Pookie, whether it's her brother, cousin, prison Pookishas, all that type of stuff, that tell you already right then and there. When the last time you was in a relationship, she was, she been single, or I never had a boyfriend. If and she ain't young, I'm 30, never had a boyfriend, or a guy never took me out to eat or did this. When you start hearing those things, and you already know her worth. You know what I'm saying? Now there's exceptions to that. Like maybe she just been grinding in school. She going to be a lawyer or something like that. Regardless, right? But you look through her social media, you see Prison Pookie or Prison Pookisha, or you see she used to have a girlfriend. All those are red flags. Any nigga in the prison photo, all that, any ex-boyfriend still on the social media page that she ain't even deleted that, right then and there, those already tell you that it's usually going to be recreational use only. You already right now, if you want to continue going on, it's recreational use only, right? Put that phone number in. You can pull up her address. No disrespect to that. No people like that. You'll pull up the address. You can pull up you can get all the numbers, the addresses. You can put that bitch number through the FBI, all that shit. You do all that to kind of see what that shit on. She hitting the licks. She got, did she do grand larceny? Did she, whatever she done. You can put all that in there, right? And you can figure that out in that app. And in some of them apps, might cost you a couple dollars just to know what she on, right? And right then and there, in some of the basic questions that we already went over that you gotta ask her, you got kids, maybe that's a deal breaker for you. Okay, then you be like, no, I'm good, or then, whatever. That might be a deal breaker for you, it might not. Or, I'm looking to be married. I want to do something serious and all that. Okay, that may be a deal breaker for you or not. Most people see past that. You already know chicks just be talking, so they don't just get tossed up and pumped and dumped. So some of the things you just got to navigate through. A lot of women make a lot of statements that they don't even believe in. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of them make a lot of statements that they don't believe in. They say a lot of stuff. Oh, I'm celibate, and then you crack right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Because you him. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just really, really gauging what they are. Okay, that's what you're doing. You're gauging on, are y'all compatible? You know what I'm saying? You're just gauging it. If she got boyfriend still up there and she's still, and y'all don't align on just basic shit, no, you might be like, hey, let's go. I want to go to, let's just go to the bar or something like that. Or let's, she might be like, I don't drink. All right, let's go to our institute that don't cost nothing. Or let's go to, let's just go to a park. And she'd be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. No, thank you. I want to go out to dinner. I want to go to Roof Chris, or I want to go to Red Lobster or something. Then you already know, she really don't like you. I remember this girl told me, she said, I would have met you anywhere. I'd have met you at the Walmart parking lot. We could have just sit there, talk, do this, that, and the third. That's how you know. When you throw something, now if they don't drink or whatever like that, or they don't like the hookah lounge or something like that, that's understandable. But if you like, hey, I was just willing to meet you. You want to go boat? No, I want to go out to eat or something like that, or a major move like that. Or it might be a festival downtown. You know what I'm saying? It might be free, a festival. You're like, let's go to this festival. She's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to go to this place and that place, an expensive place. Now you be like, I want to go to this festival and it's free. And she might be like, well, I know something else we can do. And it's still about the same level, it's free or cheap, whatever. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if she asks you to be the leader and you pick something and it don't have nothing to do with her religion or her dietitian or something that she can't be around, and you picked, and that's what y'all doing, and she trying to move you to something drastically different, especially financially drastically different, absolutely not. You already know what she there for. Either you can date it right there, or you can say, you know what, if we gonna do all that, I need, we fucking when we get done, you might as well just throw it out there. Cause she don't like you. Most women, they gonna go where most of these women, they didn't went to a dude house on the first link, met him through the DMs, never met him in person, never FaceTime him. They went through it on the first link. So you got to remember that when we having these conversations. So yeah, that's how you disqualify. You know what I'm saying? That's how you disqualify them. A lot of y'all just don't have no real conversation. Don't text her. Don't find out what she like. That's why you ask women what they like. What's your favorite color? Even though that's on some basic shit, but your record, like, don't people, oh, it's just small. Guess what? You remember her birthday. You remember some of the things she tells you, or what's her favorite color. All that's going to be a very important in general. That's going to show that you're listening. You're a great communicator. You remembering those things is going to pay off down the road, probably sooner than later. You might be like, I might go out again. You might be like, yeah. I remember you said your favorite color was this. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? That turns them on. She might be like, I can't wait till my birthday. Oh, you said your birthday was August 8th? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. All that recollection shit is very important. So, but you having that dialogue before y'all go out, before you go, before you pick a date, that's very important, because that's how you pick the date. She might be like, damn, I'm really competitive. Okay, let's go shoot pool. You shoot pool, I'll whoop your ass. You might let her win. You get her on the pool table, bend her over the pool table, whatever, let her, shit like that. Pool is actually really, really great. It's a great date. Pool is great. It's sociable, one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? You get to move around. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Bowling is actually great, which I've already talked about, creating your dating template for when you meet women. You know what I'm saying? I talked about the two sisters that talked about this a while ago, but it's kind of still going viral. Were the two black ladies that dated the same guy, found out they dated the same guy. He did Pain with a Twist, and he found something unique. He found something unique. You know what I'm saying? And you could find your uniqueness. Or you could just, be basic. It don't really matter. But finding your template, and I've talked about going out to dinner is a terrible first date. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. Do something where y'all can interact, like y'all can do something. You can just be like, hey, let's do this little baking class or cooking class or painting with a twist, or, let's do this, that, and that. You can do that, bro. Like that's how you just gotta be creative with it. Pool, laser tag, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. But you having that dialogue, gauging her interest is the point. When you have that dialogue with her, you can qualify her. You can pick a perfect date. You can, all the same thing. You can do the background check on her, and you can make the determination whether she is right to go on there. A lot of y'all just look, I'm gonna take her out, and then y'all have no interest in the date. The date is awkward. Y'all ain't talk shit. Y'all ain't share what y'all favorite show is. You don't have any. Y'all ain't talk, so you don't know how y'all click, how it fit. You don't know. Y'all don't talk about nothing. Favorite show. You're like, oh, I watched that show too. You can kick that off. And when you get to the date, you have no subject matter because you have no dialogue. You sitting here and y'all still. Y'all ain't trade no jokes. Y'all ain't trade no funny pictures. You know, you ain't do nothing. You don't know her last name. You don't know what area she stay at. That's very important. Like you stay north or south side or whatever like that. And you could pick a spot based on the location, based on you asking her what she enjoy to do. You build the report based on that mutual interest, or maybe first is something that she like to do. But a lot of y'all don't do that. Y'all just jump in. And y'all look awkward. Even if your idea is just to get the pussy, at least you got some interest in the game. At least you really didn't raise her up. But that's just me. Thumbs up the video, share the video, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon.